Hello. This is the daily energy report for January 30th in 2023. And so the sun is in gate 19. In quantum human design, we call that alignment. I Ching calls it approach. And so we're in that third line, that martyr line, that real energy of trial and error, figuring out what works for you and what doesn't, and breaking the bond. And so the key word here is dedication. The receptivity to approach can only be maintained through vigilance. The natural ease which to communion is maintained. Sensitivity and ease fueled by acceptance by others. A tendency to moodiness that may lead to carelessness. The need to be wanted hampered over sensitivity. And so really looking at our energy, right? And how we are coming out into the world, and are we open to that feedback? Are we open to how energy is going to be affected by ours, right? Are we open to it being intercepted and it being received in different ways? Not everybody's going to like us, right? Are we okay with maybe not everybody liking us? Are we okay with not having our biggest fans? Are we going to get overly sensitive and kind of change who we are, right? How can we find that balance, that approach of honoring our authenticity, honoring our integrity, but still being respectful, right? Of everybody around, whether they agree or disagree with our views, our opinions. And so that dedication is truly to ourselves, and knowing that that we have every right to be who we are, and to shine that. And so we get the starting coming from the root, really looking at this energy of beginning things, of being that initiator, of almost starting the fuel. And maybe that is you coming in and shaking things up with your authenticity and with your different view, and then being okay with not necessarily finishing it, right? Some people are the ones that come in and spark it and light that fire, and then it really is other people's jobs to come in and kind of put it out or diffuse it. And we may look at it as like that's not being fair or whatever. However, we've spun a story on it, but in reality, we need those fire starters, right? We need the fire starters to get everybody else band around together and to create that community. And so how can we have that dedication, that honoring of ourselves, but not really burn the whole place down, right? But respectfully knowing when it is our time to kind of approach certain situations and stand strong and be that starter. And then sometimes it's not our energy, right? It's not our place. When we learn how to just stand there and sit back and we just listen and we receive and we honor somebody else and where they want to take that approach, right? And we realize that not all the time is it us to be the center stage. And so we have to realize that other side as well too. So let's see our fairy magic card tonight. Dandelions. We get dandelions. Love this explorer, right? This green color dandelions looking out in the world, being ready to kind of be that starter and looking at these different perspectives. Planting our seeds with great care, and then they choose the best ones to water, to nurture them, to tenderize them, right? And so looking at the fairy world, looking at coming back into Mother Nature and honoring that, and also looking at the things that we start, right? When we planted these seeds, we started these things, we had these passionate ideas because we were dedicated to ourselves and our approach and what we're going to do, and then some things work and some things don't, right? And so which seeds are we going to now nurture? We're asking now which are going to be the best ones, and if not, then we're going to pull the weeds and release the other ones, right? And let them come back into compost and come back around and to nurture it. And so we end up making sometimes these limiting statements when we hold on to these expectations or these stories or these ideas, and really needing to allow these plants to flourish, these seeds to flourish the way that they're going to and how that they're going to. And so opening up our perspective, even when it comes to our approach and our receptivity and how we are dedicating ourselves into a project, into society, into how we want to be viewed out into the world. And so sometimes it is shifting that perspective, honoring the right seeds, right? We were looking at the previous gates, looking at that limitations, and really it wasn't a limitation, it was just an opportunity to grow another seed, to shift our perspective, all while we're honoring our integrity. And knowing too that sometimes it's okay for us to change, and that is still acting in our integrity. If these messages resonate with you, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and please like these videos. Feel free to share them with everybody who wants to start living in a little bit more alignment. Just being able to know and tap into a little bit more of the sensations, of the feelings, of the energies of what is going on around us in the day, we can harness that, we can magnetize that, we can lean into it. Not use it as an excuse, but really using it as a stepping stone to make our life a little bit more easeful and flow. If you would like to work with me, collaborate, just have an old-fashioned chit-chat, send me an email at christine@essentialstrong.com. Sending you all so much love. See you tomorrow.